It appears that even Newsmax has a line because one of their now former contributors crossed it. Mediaite is reporting that Newsmax TV has decided to sever their ties with contributor Lara Logan. For what? Remember, Lara Logan, if you're not familiar with her, she used to be, I guess, a respected CBS journalist until she went completely off the rails. I mean, into absolute insanity. So why did now? Here's the thing: Newsmax, they love insanity. So okay, why would they get rid of her then? Well, she went a little too far by invoking blood libel. So I'm going to tell you what happened during an interview with Eric Bolling on Wednesday. So she was asked by Eric about her faith in connection to the country's southern border. Which, again, let me just, before I get into that, so if you're a Christian, right, you profess to be of the Christian faith. Well, what did Jesus say about immigrants? Oh, right. Treat the immigrant as if it's their own. That's what the Bible says. As if it's a member of your own family. Treat the immigrant well. Take care of them. Give all your stuff to the poor and the needy. You know, that's the actual teachings of Jesus in the Bible. But now, today's modern Christians, oh, they hate that. They hate, oh, that Jesus, what a goddamn communist. Ironic. But here's some of the other wackadoo stuff that they believe, and this is what Lara Logan had said. She said, quote, God believes in sovereignty and national identity and the sanctity of family and all the things that we've lived with from the beginning of time. And he knows that the open border is Satan's way of taking control. Yes, that's right.
It's the devil, okay?
It's Satan's way of taking control of the world through all of these people who are his stooges and his servants. And they may think that they're going to become gods. That's what they tell us. You've all known historian Yuval Noah Harari and all the rest of them at the World Economic Forum. You know, the ones who want us eating insects, cockroaches, and that while they dine on the blood of children, those are the people, right? They're not going to win. They're not going to win. Well, I mean, I guess she's right about they're not going to win because they don't actually exist. I mean, there's no people that are like that are drinking the blood of children. It's insane. They're dining on the blood of children. Okay, so look, there's a lot of kooky stuff in here. For one, really, is God a nationalist? Really? Did you know that the United States didn't actually exist when the Bible was written? So how can God be a nationalist? It doesn't make any sense. The open border. It's Satan's way of taking control of the world. It's kind of funny because I do remember, and not personally, of course, but history shows that America had a pretty open border when European settlers came here. And then they colonized and eventually founded the country after, you know, doing a genocide on the natives. But you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe that is a good example of Satan.
It's the devil, okay? We're under attack.
Now, what this is, look, this is the insane rantings of somebody who is living in a fact-free world. They don't understand. They don't see reality. It doesn't exist to them. They're not living in the world that you and I are. And they go on TV and they're able to spout just absolute nonsense. Who's telling you they're going to be gods? Who? Who's honestly having a conversation about eating bugs? Really? Nobody's going to force you to eat bugs. Okay? Yeah, sure, there are, you know, people that talk about like, oh, yeah, well, it might be a healthier source of or a more available source of protein, if the world like gets destroyed. Okay. But like I said, most people are not having these conversations, and certainly there's no conversations about forcing people to eat cockroaches. Okay. It's weirdo stuff. It's gobbledygook. But again, she goes full QAnon. And again, talking about the elites drinking the blood of children. Now, look, QAnon, you're familiar with the conspiracy theory. That's the elite pedophile cabal, and they're Satan worshiping, and they're drinking the blood of children. I know who are the elites? George Soros. That's the Rothschilds, the Democrats, the media, the Hollywood liberals. But at its core, QAnon is deeply anti-Semitic. It goes back to blood libel. And so they've been, people like Lara Logan pushing this incredibly damaging nonsense conspiracy theory. And as a result, well, she's been barred from Newsmax. Here's the statement that the network issued. This is according to the Daily Beast. Newsmax condemns in the strongest terms the reprehensible statements made by Lara Logan, and her views do not reflect our network. We have no plans to interview her again. So a couple of thoughts about this. I'm actually shocked that Newsmax has a bar. I didn't think they had one. But you know what? I'm always surprised when far-right media outlets actually have some sort of, sort of inch towards sanity or show moments of lucidity. Like, oh, turns out we shouldn't have the QAnon person that's doing blood libel on the air. Yeah, probably not a good idea. But wait, it could be more of a financial or a business decision than anything else. Because, look, I think the network itself is shook from the defamation lawsuits that are going on. And yes, a lot of them were about election conspiracy theories, but there are other things. I mean, look, if you're going after the so-called elites, right? Powerful people, and they're accusing them of doing heinous things like drinking the blood of babies, then yeah, it looks like there's going to be some, consequences here. I mean, when it came to Sandy Hook, for example, and Alex Jones coming out and saying the worst things about the families of the victims who were murdered in a school shooting. Oh, the crisis actors. Your kids they were never real. It's just all plan to go and take your guns. That's what it is. 1776 will rise again. You're not going to take our guns. Cold dead hands. Well, he just paid the price of $1 billion. Not just him. It's also Mike Pillow. He's being sued for conspiracy theories against Dominion voting machines. And all these different lawsuits that are going around. He's not the only one that's named in it. You also have Rudy Giuliani. You've got, different right-wing figures that are facing their own defamation suits from all the insane things the right wing has been allowed to say. And by the way, this isn't a free speech issue. I will concede one thing is that, yes, the possibility of defamation could have maybe a slight chilling effect on speech, like if you criticize people and they bring out a defamation suit. But then again, defamation is a very, very high bar that you have to clear. You have to prove that it's malicious, that you're making up malicious lies in order to harm someone. And so, that said, defamation suits could get very expensive, even if it ends up, with you, with them not being able to prove that you're saying these things maliciously. But again, that's not a free speech issue. This doesn't involve the government censoring people. No, this is, private citizens basically saying, you're out there telling people these horrible things about me that just aren't true in order to personally harm me and my reputation. Okay, now I'm going to fight back. And we're seeing that more and more against some of the crazier people on the right. how this applies to Newsmax is, again, I think Newsmax is spooked. I don't think they want to be the focus of another defamation lawsuit. They're thinking, I don't want to get sued for this, especially for somebody like Lara Logan. It's not worth it. And you know what? In that case, they'd be right. It ain't.